Did you know? Golem's explosive design isn't just for show. In the Pokédex, it's said to launch itself from mountains and tumble down like a meteor, obliterating anything in its path. Turns out that's not just lore, it's the battle plan. Welcome to Build for Battle, where we take the mightiest builds, push Pokemon to their limits, and prove their place in competitive play. I'm just Weavile, here to walk you through today's featured Pokemon. Today we're showcasing Golem, a powerhouse that takes hits on purpose just to hit you harder. With its sturdy ability, Golem can survive any one attack at full HP, which perfectly sets up its held item weakness policy. If you're hit by a super effective move, your attack and special attack instantly shoot up to +2, and thanks to Rock Polish, Golem's speed gets doubled too. In one turn, it goes from a slow tank to a turbocharged wrecking ball. Let's break down the moveset. Stone Edge is your primary stab and one of the strongest rock type moves in the game. While it has lower accuracy, it threatens flying types like Iron Jugulus, Tornadus T, and Volcarona with one-shot potential after the boost. Earthquake gives you reliable ground type coverage, hitting steel types like Magnezone, Iron Treads, and Heatran hard, especially after weakness policy triggers. Fire Punch is where Tera Fire comes in. Not only does terastallizing eliminate Golem's crippling grass weakness, it boosts Fire Punch to stab levels, letting you torch Pokemon like Corviknight, Scizor, and Forretress that would otherwise wall rock and ground. Rock Polish is the key setup move, doubling Golem's speed so it can outspeed threats that it never normally could, including slower offensive Pokemon and some Choice Scarf users after a boost. As for the spread, we're running max attack and speed with a jolly nature to capitalize on the speed boost from Rock Polish while maximizing offensive pressure. You want to strike while the weakness policy is active and take down as much as possible in a short window. One build, two battles, let's show what Golem can really do. But before we dive in, don't forget to check out the Pokemon Battle Hub Discord. It's completely free to join and packed with trainers ready to battle, test teams, and share ideas. So without further ado, let's get into the first battle. Okay, Cody's brought a pretty solid team. The Mimikyu's a really cool one. Gotta love that. Iron Treads there is the Rapid Spinner more than likely. They've got a Talonflame, which could have priority Brave Bird potentially. We don't have Stealth Rocks, but they could have Heavy G Boots anyway. So Meowscarada is a threat. Gengar, love the Gengar. Yeah, I like Gengar. I've got Gengar myself. And of course Primarina. So I'm leaning towards getting the Sticky Webs up straight away, because if that Iron Treads isn't there, Balloon, we can block the spin with Gengar. It might be an obvious spin block, so they might go for an Earthquake predicting that, but I'm just going to go ahead and do it. So Kricketune, you're the lead player. They might expect the lead on the Kricketune, but I think it's pretty obvious what I'm going to lead with here. And the battle begins. Good luck, have fun, Cody. So they're going to lead off with Meowscarada, which is great for us, as I led off with Kricketune, obviously. So Whoop is going to come in. And I'm leaning towards the Sticky Webs, to be fair, but I think they go for a Protein U-turn into Iron Treads. So I'm half tempted to go for a knockoff as well. Knockoff will definitely help if the Meowscarada's Choice Scarfed, so I'm going to go for the knockoff expecting a U-turn. They do go for U-turn, and they're not Protein, which is interesting. Wonder why. That's an interesting choice. So, anyway, what are they going to go into? Mimikyu, the Peckish. Okay, that's a good one. We went for the knockoff, so we're going to break that disguise straight away, which is fantastic. Breaking that disguise is definitely going to be useful for that Mimikyu. It means that the Golem could potentially do some stuff here. So let's see how this works out. So Heavy Duty Boots gets knocked off, which is great. I'm going to go for that Sticky Webs now, fully expecting to die here to a Play Rough. I don't think we need Sticky Webs to win this game, so I'm not too worried about it. I'd rather not give the Iron Treads a reason to raise its own speed with Rapid Spin. We outspeed anyway, so we go for a Sticky Webs regardless. I really thought they would outspeed there and KO us. I guess I'm underestimating. It's a bulk up set. I mean, this just turned terrifying all of a sudden. Absolutely terrifying all of a sudden. So what do we do here? I'm leaning towards Corviknight. Definitely leaning towards Corviknight here. We are defensive with Rocky Helmet, so I'm definitely confident we can win this 1v1. We just keep going for Brave Birds pretty much. They go for a Willow. That's not going to work, unfortunately, because it's going to miss. It would work otherwise, obviously. I'm going to go for a Brave Bird here. They do go for another Will-O-Wisp. It's going to do... it's going to lower our Brave Bird's power, but at the same time, it's like, whatever. We can handle this, so I'm not too worried here, though. As long as we can weaken this thing, I'm fine. So Brave Bird comes through. Bit of damage. Nothing too drastic. And now they're probably going to start setting up bulk ups on me, so I have to be careful what I do here. I can't let them bulk up on me. I can't let them just continuously bulk up on me. So might have to go in Cyclizar. Cyclizar might have to be the one to go into. It's a normal type after all. So I'm going to go for that U-turn. They do go for another bulk up, so I'm getting a bit scared here. Bit scared, because they're probably going to be a specially defensive set with bulk up. So I'm fully expecting us to lose our Cyclizar here to a Play Rough. Let's see what we can do here. Let's see if we can work around it. So Cyclizar is going to come in. Excitebite comes in. They're going to expect an overheat here. They've got it. Why else would I bring it in? So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to U-turn instead, just to get a bit more chip on it. And I'm going to go back into Corviknight expecting a play rough, get some Rocky Helmet damage. And the reason I'm doing this is purely because I need to get as much chip damage on this thing as possible so that Overheat KOs. So we'll go back into Corviknight now, expecting a play rough, which is fantastic. We kind of have to play around this Mimikyu a bit. And they go for a Drain Punch, which would have KO'd Cyclizar, no doubt, but it's not going to do much damage to Corviknight. It will recover their health a bit, but the Rocky Helmet is obviously right there, and that's going to do a bit of damage as well, so that's fantastic. So, real question now is, do they go for a bulk up again? I think they do. I'm going to go for another U-turn. They do go for a bulk up again. They've become a bit of a threat. Now, they've got Drain Punch, Will-O-Wisp, bulk up. They've got to have some sort of stab. Is it going to be Shadow Sneak, do we think? Do we think it's Shadow Sneak? I think it's Shadow Sneak, personally. Personally, I think it's Shadow Sneak. So, I think the best thing to go into here, I'm not going to lie, is probably going to be Terra Dark Slowking. If we Terra Dark, we'll resist the Shadow Sneak, at least. Unless they switch up moves and go for a Drain Punch, predicting that. There's only one reason I bring Slowking in, that'll be to Terra. So that's going to be a really obvious play. So we do have to be careful there. Gengar, we could go for a Terra Electric. We could definitely take a Shadow Sneak then. Potentially. They haven't set up Hazard, so I'm going to go into Cyclizar. I'm going to go for that Overheat. The only downside here is that if they might expect me to U-turn into... yeah, I think they'll expect me to U-turn. I'm going to go for an Overheat. I don't think they'll go for a Drain Punch again. Actually, no, they don't lose much from going for Drain Punch, so that's probably coming our way. Yeah, it didn't do nearly enough damage. It can't burn either, which is unfortunate, and they're going to get all that health back. Yeah, Drain Punch comes through. It does KO us. So I'm not playing the best around this Mimikyu, I admit that, but I think we can still get around it with Gengar. So Excitebike, you're going to have to go down there, buddy. And we're going to have to go with Plan B, which is Gengar. So Booberry's going to come in. We're obviously going to Terra here. We're obviously going to Terra here. And if they... And we Shadow Ball. If they do, in fact, Terra here themselves, then we are a bit boned, but I don't think they will. Or they might, I don't know. So we Terra. We outspeed them, obviously, because we're faster with a Choice Scarf. And we just outspeed naturally anyway. We Terra into Electric so that we can live a Shadow Sneak, potentially. And if they don't have Shadow Sneak, then we can at least come in with something else and just take this thing out. That's what I'm thinking. They do Terra themselves, though. What type are they going to go into? I'm thinking Fighting. I'm thinking Fighting, which would be kind of cool if they did go Fighting. Fire! Okay, that's not too bad. That ain't too bad. That is not too bad. So we go for that Shadow Ball. They are Tera Fire. Are they going to have Terra Blast here? That didn't do nearly enough damage, but it does lower their special defense, which is nice. They go for a Shadow Claw, which is going to take us out. So we lost our Terra, but we did get some valuable information here. The Tera Fire, they don't have Shadow Sneak. That's a good thing to note. So if they have Drain Punch, which they do, obviously, how many bulk ups have they got up? I'm going to have to go Golem and try it. I'm going to YOLO it with an Earthquake. That's pretty much the only thing I can do here. So, yeah, Golem actually 1v1s that whole team as well if we can get the proc polish off. But if they go for a Drain Punch, it's not going to work out very well for us. Because it's going to take us down to Sturdy and pretty much fully heal them. It will activate our weakness policy, but I don't know. The +3 defense. Can we do this? I reckon we can. I'm going to go for a Rock Polish. Drain Punch, that's fine. We're going to live that. Oh, we lived it with more HP than I thought we would. That's awesome. So they're not going to get as much health back. They're not fully recovered, which is fantastic. Activate our weakness policy. And unless Meowscarada's got Sucker Punch, we could actually see a GG right here. We could see a GG right here. Let's go for that Rock Polish now. Because we have enough health now to live a Brave Bird from a Gale Wings Talonflame. We definitely go for an Earthquake here. It should KO. Should KO. If they're special defensive, it should KO. Because they're only one stage above us when it comes to attack versus defense. Yep. Down goes the Mimikyu, which is fantastic. Golem's looking pretty good right now. This could be it for Golem. This could be it. I played poorly around that Mimikyu, but Golem saved the day. It saved the day, and that's what we like to see in a Golem video, right? Alright, Gengar comes in. Now, this thing is more than likely choiced. It's nice and shiny, though, I will say. Gets caught in the sticky web, so even if the choice, we should outspeed. But they're probably going to be sashed, right, if they've brought it in like this. I'm going to go for that EQ. I'm going to go for it. It's not like they can Terra or anything. We should outspeed still. They withdraw Gengar. What are they doing? Are they baiting us? What are they baiting here? Talonflame. Okay, Talonflame comes in. That's fine. Nice and shiny. Gotta love it. We go for the EQ. Obviously, it's not going to work. But if they are a Gale Wings Talonflame, it's nice and shiny. I love shiny Talonflame. If it's not a Gale Wings one, we should be all right here. So I'm going to go for a Stone Edge here. We hit the Stone Edge, which is fantastic. And down goes the Talonflame. Not sure what was going on there. We got a crit. Not that it matters, really. Obviously, it's 4 times super effective at +2. We definitely don't matter at all. Golem is putting in some work right now, though, I will say. All right, Primarina comes in. A +2 Earthquake should do the trick here. Potentially. They get caught in the sticky webs, obviously, which isn't going to really matter because the Primarina is slow anyway. Let's see if a +2 Earthquake will actually KO this Primarina. It's not got the best defense in the world, but if they are defensive, it might actually do the trick. So we go for that EQ. Will it KO? Let's see if it KOs here. It does! The Primarina goes down. Golem coming through. What can you do? That tells me the Iron Treads is not Air Balloon, by the way. Meowscarada comes in. Are they gonna? They wouldn't have Sucker Punch. If they had Sucker Punch, they would have gone in already. They would have gone in already. So Sticky Webs is in. So their only chance here is that we miss a Stone Edge or they live an Earthquake. But what they don't know is we have the Fire Punch, which is what I'm going to go for here. If they are, of course, a Sucker Punch variant, we don't... Oh, yeah, no, they're not Sucker Punch, which is great. Fire Punch comes through, Meowscarada goes down. We didn't get to Tera with a Golem in this one, but you know what? It's fine. This is going to make a great first game for Golem. A nice little W where it sweeps through the rest of the team like it's supposed to with the set we've chosen. I love it. Iron Treads comes in now. Are we Air Balloon? Nice and shiny. Caught in the sticky web, so he's not Air Balloon, which is fantastic. Which means we get a nice... Oh, booster energy. That's going to boost its attack now, though, isn't it? Because it's lowered speed. Yeah, I thought so. Let's go for an Earthquake here and take this Iron Treads out. Earthquake comes through, and the last remaining Pokemon's Gengar, I believe. So with Iron Treads down for the count, we got to use every single move we have in our arsenal. We popped the weakness policy. We got to +2 speed. We just didn't Tera. That's the only downside to this particular battle. Is we didn't get to Tera with the Corviknight because we were scared of the Mimikyu with its Shadow Sneak potential, but it didn't have Shadow Sneak in the end, so we didn't actually have to Tera there. So I'm going to go for an Earthquake now and take out this Gengar. There we go. Unless they're Focus Sash. Could be Focus Sash, you never know. They're not, though. Gengar goes down, and that is a massive W for Golem. GG, Cody. That was a fun one. Golem put in the work right there. Golem put in the work. Okay, Puff's got a really cool team. I like the Swampert. I like the Staraptor. I like the Lilligant. Lilligant's a good one. I like that. Forretress is obviously really cool. Slowking Galar. So they've got the Rapid Spinner in Forretress, which we've got to watch out for. And the Sticky Web isn't going to help us too much because they haven't really got a fast team other than the Staraptor. Except from the Lilligant if he gets a Quiver Dance up, of course. So I think I might just, honestly, I might just lead off with Kricketune and get a knockoff off on something. Hopefully the Staraptor, if we can get rid of its choice item, if it's a choice variant. And then we'll just kind of go through there. And the battle begins. Go look, have fun, Puff. So they're going to lead off with Lucky the Royal, which is going to be the Staraptor. And we did say Staraptor lead. Kricketune, you're in a bit of a disadvantage here, but this kind of looks like a Gen 4 game, which is pretty cool. Anyway, are they Intimidate or Reckless? That's the real question. All right, they are an Intimidate variant, which is interesting. I'm still going to go for that knockoff. Like I said, Sticky Webs don't really matter too much to us, so I'm going to go for a knockoff now. Let's see what we can do here. Right, they go for a Dual Wing Beat. I was not expecting Dual Wing Beat. Okay, that's a good one. I did not expect that at all. You normally see like Brave Bird and stuff on this thing, not Dual Wing Beat. So that's took care of Kricketune, no problem, unfortunately. So we know that they might be Choice Scarf still. They could be Choice Scarfed. Now, do we want to go Golem here and go for a Stone Edge right off the bat? Or do we want to play around a little bit? I don't know. I think I'm going to go Golem. I think Golem looks like a solid play here. So Nugget's going to come in. There we go. And looking at their squad, I would say they're best switching Swampert. So if we assume they go for a U-turn here to break the Sturdy, we should go for an Earthquake. No, I'm going to go for a safe Stone Edge. Not going to over-predict early on because I'll end up overthinking, and we don't want that, right? All right, they withdraw Lucky, which is fine. What are they going to go into? Swampert? Probably, right? At least we retain our Sturdy. So Iron Walnut, the once well-rested, comes in the Forretress. We go for that Stone Edge. Let's see how much damage it does. A solid chunk of damage, to say the least. They do have a Leftovers item, which is good to know. Now, do I Tera here and Fire Punch? That's the real question. Because this would help us a little bit against the Iron Hands and the Staraptor making us neutral. It just means that Swampert, which is still be... I think we just Tera Fire Punch here. I don't see any reason not to. So Tera Fire Punch will definitely KO the Forretress from here, which is great. So Golem, we finally get to Tera here, because in that first game versus Cody, we didn't get to Tera our Golem. But this time, we're going to Tera and we're going to ride with it. So we go for that Fire Punch. We're going to get rid of their Rapid Spinner straight away. Not that it matters because we didn't get Sticky Webs up. But down goes the Forretress, a defensive monster in its own right, but that 4 times weak to fire is definitely its downside when it comes to a Tera Fire Golem with Fire Punch. All right, Zuzu's going to come in. That is going to be the Swampert. So a couple of options here. I could switch out. I could easily switch out. Do I see myself winning with Golem? Not really. I mean, potentially, actually, looking at that team. We could do some stuff with Golem here. So I might. They either go for an Earthquake or they go for a Stealth Rocks. One of the two. Either way, I'm just going to go into Corviknight real quick. I want to get some chip off on this Swampert. I want to retain the Sturdy on my Golem. So I would rather go into Swampert here. So Ravon's going to come in, like so. They did go straight for an Earthquake, which is fantastic. It doesn't affect us, obviously. They might go for... I don't know what they go for here. I'm going to go for a Brave Bird, though. They withdraw. Okay, so what are they going to go into? Iron Hands, potentially? Iron Hands would make some sense. Electrum. That's got to be the Iron Hands. It is. So we get a nice Brave Bird off on this thing, which is great. A little bit of damage, nothing too drastic. We get damaged by the recoil, sure, that's fine. Let's go for a U-turn real quick. All right, U-turn comes through. We do outspeed, of course, which is great, I guess. I'm assuming they're going to go for an electric type move, but we don't actually have a good switch-in, really, other than Cyclizar, who's weak to fighting, and Golem, I guess, but I don't want to waste that Sturdy. If we assume Thunder Punch, we should go into... Does Gengar help us here? Yeah, Gengar's useful. They haven't got any hazards up. So I guess I could go Cyclizar here expecting a Thunder Punch or a Belly Drum or a Bulk Up. So that's what I'm going to do. They do go for a Supercell Slam. It doesn't even get Bulk Up. I got a shiny one. I trained up, made it specially defensive, went to go teach it Bulk Up and it couldn't learn. I was like, wait, what? I was proper peeved about that. Anyway, Draco Meteor is going to come through. It should do a nice chunk of damage. They will go for a Drain Punch here. It's going to recover some of their HP, but it's fine. Not too worried. There's the Drain Punch. Awesome. Excitebike goes down. Double awesome. But you know what this means for us? It means A, they're going to have to go for a Terra here. No. Because here's the thing, right? I go Golem here every single time. And they're going to fully expect an Earthquake and go into Staraptor where we're going to Stone Edge. They wouldn't expect us to Stone Edge here because we could easily get taken out. So I'm going to go for the Stone Edge, predicting the Staraptor to come in. If this fails, it's not the end of the world. We've got that Sturdy. But if it does succeed, it's going to be a pretty good play from me, not to toot my own horn or anything. They did withdraw Electrum. Are they going to go for that Staraptor play? They bring in Zuzu the Gorgeous, which is, of course, the Swampert. So Swampert comes in. We go for that Stone Edge. It's going to do a bit of damage. Nothing too drastic. But a nice bit of damage, to say the least. A nice bit of damage. We've got a couple of options. So they obviously didn't get the Stealth Rocks up. They went for an Earthquake on Corviknight and then they switched out. They probably have Flip Turn for a start. Do I go Rock Polish here? Do I go Rock Polish? Or do I double down an Earthquake? I think Golem can do this. I think we go into Corviknight because either way, if they Flip Turn, we get the Rocky Helmet chip, which would be nice. So let's see what they do here. So Ravon's coming in. Like so. They do go for a Stealth Rock. So Stealth Rocks is fine. The Cyclizar's gone. We do lose the Sturdy on the Golem. I should have probably Rock Polished there. I should have took this thing on with the with the Golem, to be honest with you. I think they might be defensive. I'm not 100% sure on that. Brave Bird. Let's go for a Brave Bird. Let's get some chip on this thing. All right, Brave Bird comes through. We get a bit of chip on the old Swampert over there. We want to weaken it as much as possible, really. And they go for that Flip Turn, which is going to give them some Rocky Helmet shit, which is nice. Takes them over below half. And Zuzu's going to have to go back to Puff. So let's see what they do here. They can't go Staraptor. They probably go Iron Hands, if I had to guess. Electrum's going to come in, which is fine. So with Electrum coming in like this, I'm going to go for a Brave Bird once again. I just want to get as much chip damage off on this Iron Hands as well as possible. Because we want to set it up so that it can easily be taken out by Golem. So Supercell Slam comes through. Does take us out, obviously, with a critical hit. That's unfortunate, but I don't think it mattered as much. Rocky Helmet does go into effect, which is fantastic. So now we've got the perfect opportunity to bring in good old-fashioned Golem. So that's exactly what I'm going to do. We're going to bring Golem in. And this time, we're not going to go for the obvious play, which is, of course, the... we're not going to go for the Stone Edge. We're not going to go for anything. We're going to go for a Fire Punch because it'll hit everything neutrally. Except from the Swampert, obviously. But we go for that Fire Punch. It's going to do enough damage to KO the Iron Hands, which is fantastic. We love to see that. They have Terra'd, I believe. Did they Terra? No, they haven't Terra'd yet. Or have they? I can't remember. Zuzu the Gorgeous comes in. That's going to be the Swampert. So Swampert coming in is fine. We did lose our Sturdy, so we're probably going to die to an Earthquake here. But I'm going to go for my own Earthquake regardless. So Earthquake's going to come through now. If they go for a flip turn, it's going to activate our weakness policy. We didn't actually get to do that. Earthquake doesn't KO, pops our weakness policy, which is fantastic. Which means this next, I'm going to go for a Fire Punch next. They might actually try and switch into Saraptor here to get the Intimidate off if they predict a Earthquake again, because they're going to want to lower our attack, right? So they might do that. I think I'm going to go for a Fire Punch here. I think that makes a lot of sense to me. Fire Punch comes through. It will KO the Swampert here at +2 with Tera. So pretty happy with the outcome here. We got 3 KOs. I think it's 3. Yeah, Forretress, Iron Hands, and Swampert with the Golem, which is fantastic. I'm very happy with the outcome of this game for Golem. So win or lose here, I'm not really bothered because this has been a really good game for us. So Lucky's going to come in the Staraptor. Obviously, it can just take us out in one easy hit. Looking at the rest of the squad, though, we haven't seen the Slowking. So I do kind of want to preserve Golem, but at the same time, I can't. There's nothing I can do. So I'm going to go for a Stone Edge. They did go for a Brave Bird, which is going to go ahead and take us out. But at least he got a little bit of chip recoil on there. And they have Brave Bird and Dual Wing Beat. That's interesting. Very interesting. So we bring Gengar in. It's going to get hurt by the stones, but it's fine. I'm not too worried about that. It just depends on what this... I went for Shadow Ball by accident. I'm an idiot. I double-clicked. I can't believe I just double-clicked. They Brave Bird us. And I can't believe I double-clicked there. Oh my gosh. I can't believe I double-clicked there. I know I have said that again and again and again, but I cannot believe I just double-clicked. I just lost myself a game. I could have gone for a Thunderbolt there, and it would have KO'd it probably. And if it didn't, the Brave Bird recoil would have done the trick. I mean, either way, they have the Lilligant in the back, so that can 1v1 me, no problem. Ah, that's so annoying. I'm going to go for a Scald here. They do withdraw Lucky, though. Are they not wanting to go for a Brave Bird? What are they going to? Hard Hat? Who's Hard Hat? That is the Slowking. So Slowking finally comes in. It's Slowking versus Slowking. You gotta love it. Can we get the burn here? No burn. So that's fine. What we can do here is, at least against this Slowking, we can Future Sight it. I'm going to Future Sight it, and then I'm going to keep going for Scalds, pretty much. So Future Sight comes through. There we go. They can't really go for Future Sight on us because it's not really going to affect my Slowking. They go for a Chilly Reception though, which is fantastic. There we go. I love Chilly Reception. It's such a funny move. I can't believe I just made the fumble of a lifetime right there. I mean, it's not really a fumble of a lifetime, but I think starting this YouTube channel was the fumble of a lifetime. Right, Geranium comes in. That's going to be the Lilligant, no doubt. Yes, there it is. So, unfortunately for us, we can't 1v1 this thing, I don't believe. I mean, we are special defensive, but I'm not really too eager to try. I'm going to go for a Thunder Wave just so it's, you know, helps us out a little bit. They do go for a Quiver Dance, though, and they're more than likely a Petal Dance variant with own tempo, so it can't get confused from the Petal Dance. It's a pretty cool set, actually. So Thunder Wave comes through. Obviously, it ain't doing diddly squat to the Lilligant other than paralyzing it. And they will get hit by the Future Sight at least this turn, which is something. Let's see how much damage the Future Sight does, and we might set up another one. See what we can do here. Slowking might actually 1v1 the rest of the team. I just double-clicked again. What am I doing? What am I doing with my life? I swear, it's because my hands are shaking so much right now. I've got really shaky hands today, and I just keep double-clicking everything. I could have gone for a Scald there. Anything. Anyway, that did a decent chunk of damage, so I'm going to go for another one, I reckon. I really reckon I'm going to go for another one. So, Future Sight. Not another Thunder Wave. They couldn't move because they were paralyzed, which is fantastic. We're getting pretty lucky here. Slowking might actually pull this back. So, Future Sight comes through. There we go. And then this time we're going to go for a Scald the next turn. A Scald, Jack. A Scald. Dear me. Right, Scald. Let's go for the Scald. There we go. They go for a Petal Dance, though. That is going to do a bit of damage. Yeah, too much damage, if you ask me. Scald comes through. It's going to do no damage. They do have the Staraptor in the back, so there's no way we win this anyway. But I'm going to give them the benefit of the doubt and let them do their thing with Lilligant, because they clearly want to get Lilligant to do something this game. And so I'm going to let that happen real quick. So, as unfortunate as it is for us, we are going to die this next turn. Let's see, they're fully paralyzed. They could get fully paralyzed. You never know. Oh, they did and all. They did as well. Oh, dear. Oh, dear. Scald comes through. No damage, obviously. But then the Future Sight's going to come through, and that's going to nearly KO them. Yep. There we go. You love to see it. I can't believe what this game's coming to. Now, they went for another Petal Dance. We are done and dusted. And that is going to be the game. So, GG Puff, that was a nice little battle for us. We did lose, but Golem obviously did a lot of work, so it's still getting put in the Golem video, as you probably know, based on the fact that you're watching it right now. But anyway, GG Puff, that was a really fun one.